It's Boss Talk. Boss Talk with Tressa Azarel, an award-winning publisher and CEO of Life-Changing Books Incorporated, a movie producer and owner of the Be the Boss program. She transforms dreamers into bosses, writers, and serial entrepreneurs. Learn how to develop your gifts and turn your talents into income with Tressa's unique, practical, and proven perspective on becoming a boss. Log on to TressaAzarel.com. Connect and learn the blueprint of a boss. Boss Talk with Tressa Azarel. Stay connected at TressaAzarel.com.
Welcome to Boss Talk with me, Tressa Azarel, and my boy, CJ Blair.
That's right. What's happening, everybody?
We bossing up this week on a whole nother level, guys. I'm just so excited about the person that we're going to talk about first on this show today.
Absolutely.
She's a young one, right?
Youngin'.
And it's making me think about all of the parents who DM me, who send me these emails asking, how do I get my daughter or son to do what you're doing with your daughters? Well, guess what? You have to inspire. You have to motivate. You have to get behind your children when they say that they have an idea. My daughter will say to me, hey, Mom, I want to make these flip-flops. I want to create this. We're in the car. We're on our way to the store. Okay, we're getting these supplies. We're buying these beads. So when your children say they want to do something, get behind them. Even if you don't agree with the idea, get behind them and show them how to make a profit and teach them how to become an entrepreneur at an early age.
Absolutely.
That brings me to who we're getting ready to talk about right now.
Absolutely. This is one of the boss's moves I've seen. I'm talking about this is the proverbial turning lemons into lemonade.
Hey.
Here we have this young girl, who 11 years old now, who
She
has
getting it.
turned, watch this, and a lemonade stand
Yeah.
into multi-millions and millions of dollars. Let's look at the clip.
Finally, made in America, made in your kitchen, sold in the front yard. The 11-year-old and her pitch. In Austin, Texas tonight, 11-year-old Michaela Omer hard at work.
I can do something really big in this world.
It all started in kindergarten when Michaela got stung by 2 bees in 1 week. She started studying them, realizing they're not so bad after all. They're a valuable part of our ecosystem, and pesticides are killing many of the bees off.
Our bigger mission is to educate families about learning how to save the bees.
Her own plan? To use honey from the bees instead of the sugar in her great-grandmother Helen's lemonade recipe, turning to Shark Tank and the sharks for help.
Hello, Sharks. My name is Michaela Omer. I'm the owner of Bee Sweet Lemonade, and today I'm here to ask for $60,000 for 10% equity in my company. When was the last time you tried something so good and refreshing and wondered, could this be good for me?
Shark Damon John offering her the $60,000, but for 25% of the company.
It's a deal.
Tonight, business booming. Michaela working from her home office.
What's the update on finance?
Mom, Dad, the whole family, striking a deal with Whole Foods, now sold in dozens of stores across 4 states, even getting attention from the White House. A sweet idea made in America.
Okay.
What'd I tell you? What did I tell you?
Hey.
What did I tell you?
Can I get a loan?
What?
Can I get a loan?
That lends so much
$11
credence to the
million.
word, what is it? Train up a child in the way that they should go.
Hey, listen.
What?
That is inspiring me right now. You know I want to go home and make my daughter watch this over and over again, right?
$11 million from a lemonade stand. She got a deal with Whole Foods, like the broker that deal. It brings me back to Gabby. You know,
Yeah.
Gabby's a little entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
Gabby
I love
started
her.
buying little candy, started buying little tennis shoes, cleaning little tennis shoes, and I'm like, wow. So don't despise humble beginners. Don't despise
Absolutely.
small beginners. This girl took a lemonade stand and finessed it.
Hey, first of all, let's just talk about the Whole Foods deal, okay? Sometimes you have an idea as an entrepreneur in general, like, you know, let's say you make pies, you make cakes, and you want to sell it to grocery stores. Well, how do you even get to that level?
Yeah.
Because you don't just start making something in your home and then next thing you know you're in stores. There is a process. You basically have to have a marketing plan, right? You have to have a following. Because when you're hot, everybody wants you. When you're not, nobody wants you.
True.
So I'm sure when she went to Whole Foods, right, there was a team behind her, I'm almost certain of that. They went to Whole Foods with a deck.
Right.
Showing them that, hey, this is when she started the company. This is what she did first. This is how many people have bought into the brand or the product thus far. So there are steps, there are baby steps. And so everybody who's out there, you watch this clip, nothing comes easy, okay?
At all.
You have to work for it. And I'm sure, we got to find this young lady's mother.
Tressa, I think the beauty of it is that there's so much negative talk on this generation. There's so much negative talk about young people. Young people, not all young people are selling drugs. Not young people are in the streets. We have this evidence, and we have this young person.
They need somebody to inspire
more.
them.
Yes, absolutely. Because what is the other girl? The Curl's daughter.
Oh, yeah.
With the hair.
Yeah. Curl's daughter was major.
There is some real live situations. The young boy whose mom told him he wanted a video game. She said, you better make one, and he made it.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
now he has a multi-million-dollar deal.
Yeah, they did a conference for all of the young entrepreneurs, and I was amazed at how many children were at that conference. And that's what you have to do. You have to put your children in those positions. I take my children with me everywhere. So when you see me at events, trust me, one will be behind the booth. Right? They need to know how to talk to people. They need to know people skills. My daughters are creators. My daughter Iman wrote a script with me.
Wow.
So, and sometimes it's by force. It's not always wait and see if they're interested. It's like, this is what you're going to do, baby. And
That's
if you
right.
decide not to do it later, it's all good. But I'm going to teach you and put you in those positions where you get the chance, where you get to see me in that entrepreneurial role.
Absolutely.
So I would say if you're not an entrepreneur, guys, you need to teach your children how to become entrepreneurs, even if that's not the route that they end up taking. They deserve the opportunity to be able to see that.
Hey, Imam and Gabby and Tati and all of them, listen, if this girl got $11 million from a Whole Foods, I need y'all to get something.
We got work. I'll take $1 million, Iman. Just give me $1 million.
$11 right now.
No, we don't want 11.
No.
We don't want $11.
Because you
Let's
always...
be clear. We bossing up, CJ. You can't be looking all like you look right now
what
with
I'm
$11.
saying is that children often, as a parent, they're always receiving, and I'm always giving.
Yeah.
My daughter gave me $11 right now.
That's true.
From a business
you
that
just
she
want her to buy you a
manufactured.
sandwich. You just want her to at least buy you a sandwich.
You know, you can sell 9-10 packs of 9-laters and make $11, but it's the entrepreneur spirit.
Yeah. Let's get our babies to boss up, for sure.
Absolutely.
Boss up babies. So, and also, guys, this is one other thing that I think is really, really important. Parents, here are some things that you could possibly do. Sit your children down and just do a checklist. What are your interests? Okay? What is it that you want to do? And I'm not talking about being an athlete. I'm not talking about being a cheerleader. I'm not talking about the sports in your school or anything like that. Outside of that, what interests you? What makes you happy? Is it making clothes? Is it, sewing? What is it? What is it that makes you happy?
Yeah, because this girl was making lemonade. That's a boss move, and this is definitely boss talk with CEO Azarel. We'll be back after these messages.
We'll be back with more of Boss Talk with Tressa Azarel right after this. Why not travel in style with the premier luxury transportation experience, Luxury Rides International? Whether it's corporate travel, weddings, or a night on the town, Luxury Rides International draws from their more than 20 years of experience to provide upscale service to each of their clients. Currently, they're featuring the stylish Mercedes Sprinter limousine with extra-large full-length double-style seating with state-of-the-art audio and video technology, surround sound, Wi-Fi and smart TVs in the front and rear, powerful subwoofers, also featuring ECB touchpad controls with Maybach-style indirect lighting with a refreshment bar, custom privacy blinds with a rear partition wall for privacy. For your next group outing, call Luxury Rides International at 1-844-207-7746. That's 1-844-207-7746. Or email luxuryridesinternational@gmail.com. Welcome back to Boss Talk with Tressa Azarel. Stay connected on social media at CEO Azarel. Now, more of Boss Talk.
You know those survival instincts in us that you might ignore? Well, I rely on those instincts. Because they're always right.
Deuces, our ultimate target. He's the leader of this crew. He's a real trafficker, from cocaine to extortion and murder.
We can't score a huge load, could bring in $20 million. This is the type of score that we've been waiting on our whole life.
Set it up. I gotta bring in somebody that I can trust 100%.
I wanna keep my eye on this guy.
Here we go.
Why did you drag me into this?
You don't get it.
I'm knocking everybody
always on a hustle.
Welcome back, everybody, to Boss Talk with me, Tressa Azarel. I'm in the studio today with my boy, my friend, the ultimate Jamal Hill, okay? Give it up. So I'm so proud of Jamal. For starters, Jamal is a writer, he's a producer, he's a director, and he makes things happen, okay? He literally stepped out on faith, I think like 12 years ago with his first film. And I mean, he's just been making things happen. And I'm so happy to even know this guy. I'm honored that not only does he do work with me, but that we can ready to do some major things together that we can't tell you about just yet. So Jamal, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So Jamal, I'm gonna tell you this, people are always writing in, they're sending messages, they see us together like on social media, and they always say, how did he get started? So tell me, how did you, what was your first step into film?
Yeah, so like you said, started off as an independent filmmaker, guerrilla films. I initially wanted to be an actor, but I got over that real fast. I got over that kind of fast. So what happened was I wrote a movie called Money, Power, Respect, and didn't have the money, searched for the money. I needed about $20,000 to start.
Okay.
And my mom gave me the money one day.
Shout out to moms, okay?
Yeah, my mom gave me the money. She gave me my jump off money.
That's that faith and family.
Yeah, absolutely. So once I got the budget for that, finished the movie, was excited about it. I ended up getting distribution for, I had a Blockbuster deal.
Okay.
Remember Blockbuster Video?
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Who remembers Blockbuster?
Exactly,
A lot of
yeah.
people don't understand that, right? Right?
Yeah. So I got a Blockbuster deal. I was super excited. Lo and behold, Will Smith and his associate Charlie Mack saw the movie, and they reached out to me.
Wow.
I guess because the local Philly connection and everything.
Yes.
So they were just wondering what I was doing and what I wanted to do. So after a quick meeting, Will offered me to be his assistant on his next movie, I Am Legend.
Yes.
Yeah, so I put my director hat to the side.
As you should.
Yeah, just to soak up game from a real boss.
Absolutely.
So I had the pleasure to be his assistant for 2 years, and then from there, kind of like skyrocketed.
Wow. So I know, Jamal, when I first heard about you, people kept saying in my camp, all right, you getting ready to do a movie? I'm like, who's the best of the best in the industry that we can actually reach out and touch? And somebody said Jamal Hill. So I said, well, let's ride to Philly. Let me see if I like this cat. I work off of vibes, right? And I'm like, let's go in here and see him. He showed up, y'all. He had on this little blazer. I was like, okay, he fly. He fit in with us. Let's hear what he's talking about.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I remember literally that day, I was like, I love him. We're getting ready to do this. Let's make it happen. And so we worked on Secrets together. Jamal was the writer on Secrets. And I know all of you have seen Secrets, right? If you haven't, you need to go watch it right now. But not only was Jamal the writer on Secrets, he was the producer. And the reason why that was important for me is because Kia and Kia is one of my lead producers. We were new to this. And we said, okay, we need somebody to come in with experience. And I think a lot of people, they set out to do their first movies and they just feel like they're gonna wing it.
Well, I was the cheat sheet for you guys.
Exactly. And for me, obviously, I've been in business for 17 years. I know you need to go get the best of the best and bring them on board, no matter how much it costs, no matter what you have to do.
Even if it's from just a mentorship.
Absolutely. And a lot of people don't understand that's what you need, because you will make so many mistakes that will cost you more in the end.
I'm the learning curve.
Absolutely. So when you think about all of the films that you've done, and by the way, guys, I need to list them because Jamal is being real humble, okay? Let's just list them together. So we have Money, Power, Respect, After Autumn. Yeah. What was next?
Streets with Meek Mill.
That was major too. Streets, because people are able to still see that on Netflix, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that was number 3. What's number 4?
Number 4 was Brotherly Love.
Brotherly Love.
Number 5 was Deuces with Lorenz Tate and Megan Good.
Yeah, and then Secrets with Me.
And Secrets with You, yeah.
Yes.
How
and
does
then
a young brother from Philly,
yes,
from Philly, get into film with no money, a hot $10,000, and the OG Charlie Mack? Shout out to Charlie Mack.
Hunger
and favor too, Jamal. You got a lot of favor on your life.
I really do.
Yeah.
I really do.
I think people, they don't understand that's real when you have that favor.
I think the more you recognize it, the more you get.
Yeah. I think what sets you apart is that, you are hungry, but at the same time, you are like I need to sniff out the situation. You're not thirsty.
Yeah, hunger and thirst is two different things.
Two different things, and people don't get that. Like, I always recognize when people, I'm like, okay, like, that's not gonna work for me. People can, because you and I, we've been offered a couple of things that we've said no to in the past. Yeah. And I think it's important for people to recognize you don't always say yes just because they're dangling it in front of your face.
Everything doesn't fit your particular situation.
Yeah. Think about one moment and just share with us really quickly a moment that you've turned down and why.
I don't know if I should say it because I still do business with these people.
Yeah, we don't have to name drop, but maybe just the reason behind it.
There was a particular company that offered me a 3-picture deal, and it sounds good, but when you really understand your goal and your end of, I guess your end game.
Yeah.
I really know my end game.
Absolutely.
And it really didn't fit my end game. It have brought me down a different alleyway.
Because our end game is tight.
Yeah, our end game is good.
Jamal, let me tell you about our end game right now. Okay, don't tell them. Don't tell them. All right, I'm not going to tell y'all because I'm getting excited. I'm getting chill bumps on my arms.
Listen, I want you to come back. I want to hear more about Jamal Hill and this end game that y'all talking about. I want to hear about it because I need to know how can we start from the hood and start making 5-6 moves.
We'll be back with more of Boss Talk with Tressa Azarel right after this.
I'm Tressa Azarel Smallwood. I'm a book publisher and an executive movie producer. I'm here to talk to you about From Script to Screen, a 4-week program that will teach you how to take your concept and turn it into an amazing idea and take it to the screen. I've teamed up with Jamal Hill, writer, director, and producer of Brotherly Love, Deuces, and so many more movies that you're aware of right now.
I'm Jamal Hill. When I first started off in Hollywood, I started off as a novice. I tried to knock on all the doors in the world, but at the end of the day, my problem was I didn't have the proper scripts.
When I first entered the industry, I knew I needed help. I knew I needed mentors. I knew I needed guidance. I'd heard many horror stories about people investing their money and losing lots of cash with not having the right mentorship.
Ever since I released my first movie, Brotherly Love, everyone's always asking me, Jamal, how do you break into Hollywood? Well, it starts with a great script. And over the course of a few easy steps, I'm gonna give you the cheat sheet on how to break down the doors in Hollywood.
I started with an idea, a book, Secrets of a Housewife. I knew at that time that I needed to adapt that book to script, and I didn't know exactly how to do it. I had to learn everything that it took to make sure that I had a quality product.
I'm gonna personally show you how to write great synopses and log lines and develop awesome characters.
I'm so excited right now. From script to screen, we're just weeks away. November the 6th, don't miss out.
As a producer, I've read so many scripts that are just not professional. And the reason why this course is so important is because I want to teach you how to make it professional.
Guys, how to register? Look at the website on the screen here. Go to TressaAzarel.com. We have a free class coming up soon, and you don't want to miss it. So if you're looking forward to hanging with us at the top with other film producers, you need to join us.
From script to screen.
Welcome back to Boss Talk with Tressa Azarel. Stay connected on social media at CEO Azarel. Now, more of Boss Talk.
Well, first off, that's a broad question. How to break into Hollywood, because there's so many different hats, there's so many different jobs and roles. It takes about 300 jobs to make a movie, literally. So the first thing I would always say to people is pinpoint exactly what it is out of those 300 jobs you want to do. And once you pinpoint the specific position, learn it. A lot of people that I run into, they want to start the company from the door. You can't start the company, you gotta learn what the company is.
They're like, I'm a colorist, and when you're like, when did you start? Yesterday.
Yesterday. I own the company. No, man. Get an internship. Find out from A to Z what it's really about, and start there. I have a 3-step process I tell young people. Find out what you want to do, become good at it, and then go do it. In that order. Not backwards, not one. You have to really do it in that order. It's a process, really a seed to flower process.
That's good though. That's good because people don't realize, all right, you think you want to do something, but until you get over there and you try it and you practice it, like you said, you started out wanting to be an actor and you quickly said, oh, you know what, this is not for me. I'm supposed to be creating. I'm supposed to be doing this right here. The other thing I think is a big piece is people don't want to work for free. You said something about internships. Do you realize that a lot of the people who worked for you and I on Secrets, they worked for free. They now have paid positions on the movie that we're filming right now. But people don't get it anymore. I don't know what's going on with society, but if you want somebody to see your work ethics and see what you can do, sometimes you gotta work for free.
So true. Well, this is a faith and family show, and it's so full of information, but the Bible says that my people perish for a lack of knowledge. And then in the principal thing, it's like, listen, we only live at the level we've been taught anyway. So I'm so happy to learn that you guys are doing something together that's going to teach. Tell us a little bit about that Tressa Azarel and that Jamal Hill connect.
Yeah, so it's November the 6th. You guys need to write it down, tell all your friends, and get ready to sign up because there will be limited spots available. But essentially, Jamal and I are doing a series called From Script to Screen. Because obviously, because of what we've done, we have a lot of people saying, I want to shoot a movie, can you tell me what to do? And so they're rushing to do it, and you're getting ready to waste your money and your investors' money. So we said, let's just put together a curriculum that teaches people exactly what to do from start, which is your script. You can't do anything without a script, all the way to the screen, okay? And so isn't that a creative topic, from script to screen, right? And so obviously we're pulling together our knowledge. Jamal is very, very efficient in what he does. I'm very efficient in what I do. And we're bringing together, 16 years, 17 years of knowledge, literally. So, to sign up, go to TressaAzarel.com and you'll see at the bottom it says sign up here to get movie information. And we're going to send you the info for our first free class. We're doing a free class, bro?
A free class.
Free class.
Say that again.
Free class.
So I'm a young person and I get to sit back for free and learn from
old
veterans.
persons.
Or old person.
Yeah.
I'm trying to break into this industry and I get to sit back and glean wisdom from you guys.
Yeah, because you need to get on, hop on that free call because after you hear from us, you may not want to make movies anymore because we're going to give you the real talk, okay? A lot of times people, when you hear it, you're like, oh.
What got me interested in the whole idea of doing this course is because a lot of times people don't want to go to film school because they just want to know how to write the screenplay.
Yeah.
They have a fantastic story they think in their mind and they want to see it on a page. And you can't afford the big Hollywood screenwriter to come in and do it for you.
Yeah.
So do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so excited. Jamal Hill, everybody. Come on. Jamal, tell us how we can get in contact with you or our audience.
Absolutely. My Instagram name is @JamalHill_. That's probably the best way.
Yeah.
And I'm always around.
Yeah, man. Double salute to you, brother.
And Jamal, they saw all of your clips and everything, so they're going to be stalking you, right?
Come on, man.
Yeah, they're going to be stalking you.
I'm to be stalked.
Yeah,
Look,
you're
I wanna
major.
be in the next movie, man.
You're major.
Put me in the flick. I can play this.
I'm sure you can. You got the whole thing down cold. Yeah.
I'm trying something.
Yeah.
Again, Jamal Hill, man. Show me.
We'll be back with more of Boss Talk with Tressa Azarel right after this.
I'm Tressa Azarel Smallwood. I'm a book publisher and an executive movie producer. I'm here to talk to you about From Script to Screen, a 4-week program that will teach you how to take your concept and turn it into an amazing idea and take it to the screen. I've teamed up with Jamal Hill, writer, director, and producer of Brotherly Love, Deuces, and so many more movies that you're aware of right now.
I'm Jamal Hill. When I first started off in Hollywood, I started off as a novice. I tried to knock on all the doors in the world, but at the end of the day, my problem was I didn't have the proper scripts.
When I first entered the industry, I knew I needed help. I knew I needed mentors. I knew I needed guidance. I'd heard many horror stories about people investing their money and losing lots of cash with not having the right mentorship.
Ever since I released my first movie, Brotherly Love, everyone's always asking me, Jamal, how do you break into Hollywood? Well, it starts with a great script. And over the course of a few easy steps, I'm gonna give you the cheat sheet on how to break down the doors in Hollywood.
I started with an idea, a book, Secrets of a Housewife. I knew at that time that I needed to adapt that book to script, and I didn't know exactly how to do it. I had to learn everything that it took to make sure that I had a quality product.
I'm gonna personally show you how to write great synopses and log lines and develop awesome characters.
I'm so excited right now, from script to screen. We're just weeks away, November the 6th. Don't miss out.
As a producer, I've read so many scripts that are just not professional. And the reason why this course is so important is because I want to teach you how to make it professional.
Guys, how to register? Look at the website on the screen here. Go to TressaAzarel.com. We have a free class coming up soon, and you don't want to miss it. So if you're looking forward to hanging with us at the top with other film producers, you need to join us.
From script to screen.
Welcome back to Boss Talk with Tressa Azarel. Stay connected on social media at CEO Azarel. Now, more of Boss Talk.
Hey, welcome back to Boss Talk. I'm excited. We have John Booty in the building.
Good to be here. How you doing?
Listen, John, we boss it up in here.
Okay, yes.
So listen,
Yes.
John is an athlete, an entrepreneur, and a true boss. So John, when I listen to your story, first of all, I'm just excited about, you're from Texas. I have a lot of family in Texas. I didn't think there were a lot of black folks in Texas.
Well, there's a few black.
Yeah. So listen, but a lot of bosses come from Texas too.
Yeah, we believe in getting the job done.
Yeah, y'all live big, just like the state.
Yes, we do.
Everything, y'all live big.
We try to expand everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes our language can dictate that.
Hey, absolutely. Well, I'm just impressed when I read your bio. To know like all of the different things that you've done, both as an athlete and in the entrepreneur world. Just share with us some of the things that you've been doing in the athlete zone.
Well, as an athlete, I was the smallest kid in the group, so I was never the first one picked. And I didn't play football my freshman year and the sophomore year in high school. I decided to play football again my junior year, and I made the team as a reserve, and I didn't get much playing time. But when I got in the game, I made plays. So my senior year, I was a quiet star. I was 158 pounds at 6'1" that measured me. So I was better legs on the table,
Right.
So, but I had speed in hands and determination. But no universities wanted me out of high school. No junior colleges wanted me in my hometown area wanted me out of high school. So this junior college out of Cisco, Texas called me, and I reluctantly went there. Made All-American, and then I transferred to Texas Christian University. And played defensive back there for 2 years.
Wow.
And got drafted by the New York Jets. And I played for the Philadelphia Eagles, Cardinals, Johnson, Buccaneers. 8 years. I made a run of it. 8 years. But prior to that, I was thinking that I was not going to be a football player. I was going to be a construction worker like my dad. So I kind of had my mind made up. But luckily, Cisco called my high school and asked for any hidden talent. So I guess that boss mentality is killing up there.
I just love those words, hidden talent.
Yeah, hidden talent.
You know how many people out there have hidden talent?
Right. And I was trying to run from it. Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to go out there, but it's too far from home. But I accepted the journey, you see, and that's how I was able to make a career out of in the National Football League.
Tell us about transitioning. I know the NFL, I do a lot of work with the NFL as far as transitional coaching. It's 20 transitional coaches in the league. 19 of them played. I didn't. Okay. They're transitioning guys from the NFL to retirement.
Right.
I deal with guys coming from the neighborhood into the NFL. So how was it for you to transition from being an NFL athlete to your schedule to making this type of money, and now I have to put the education that I learned at school into play?
I like what you said. You said there was 19 transitional people who played in the NFL, and you didn't. And so that's what the guys need to have, not just the players who played in the National Football League, but we do need them now. But we need people like you that we can team up with, you see, and let us know that, hey, you may have not played at this level, or the guys played at the level, but we got to listen to you because you've been there, done that. So for me, when I was in the National Football League, I was playing for the New York Jets in 1990, and we were getting ready to play the Dallas Cowboys, and after the game, after a meeting, with the press, this guy asked me, he said, John, what do you want to do when you retire? I said, I want to do what you guys are doing. You want to be in the media. And when I was in the game, I did an internship at WFAA TV in Dallas to start my transition, because I was a late round draft pick. I wasn't a first round pick, I was a 10th round pick. So my days were almost numbered as soon as I stepped on the field. So I did an internship with a TV station in Dallas, and then when I finally messed up my hamstring and had to get out of the game passed me by, I met the same people that I were with at the New York Jets, and he asked me how to finish up my college degree. I said, not yet. He said, we're going to do it for you. We're going to make it happen. So Dr. Ernie Turner and I teamed up again when I moved here to D.C., and he helped me get some classes, independent classes, and that transferred back up to Texas Christian University, so I was able to earn my degree when I retired. But while I was working on that, I had the entrepreneur mindset. I wanted to own a construction company like my dad, but he didn't own one. We wanted to start one, but I was in D.C., but he was in Texas. Yeah. So, but I was always into health and fitness. I've been a kid. When I was a kid, I was just run around like I was a bodybuilder with my shirt off, Superman, all that jazz. And I'm like, I can do this stuff. And I just see the guys make the chest jump. I said, I want to do that too. So I started doing push-ups. So I got in the health and fitness industry. So I opened up a health club, and it was a task. It was a lot to go on, and I had to have a mental toughness, people skills, and that's why I learned in the National Football League, and being able to communicate with people. And be able to listen. Now, when somebody crossed me, I had to learn.
Oh yeah.
I had to learn to use some choice words. I had to be a professional about it. Or walk that long mile before I just go and attack. So I didn't know. I don't believe in attacking. Just on
I think maturity comes along with that as well. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, you're in the football league. You're doing these great things. You're going to entrepreneurship, and it's like totally different world.
That's the deal. You compete at a high level. I've competed against some of the greats like Jerry Rice, Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, big-time quarterbacks, and Troy Aikman, Doug Williams, guys like that. So I'm like, if I can compete on this field, I can compete in life, And so by doing that, I learned there's a lot of ups and downs when the transition happens. I lose a lot of friends.
I love that. He said to compete on the field, you have to compete in life.
Yes.
That's beautiful. I want to hear more about that. We have to go to commercial, but we'll be right back with more Boss Talk with Tressa Azarel.
We'll be back with more of Boss Talk with Tressa Azarel right after this. Why not travel in style with the premier luxury transportation experience, Luxury Rides International? Whether it's corporate travel, weddings, or a night on the town, Luxury Rides International draws from their more than 20 years of experience to provide upscale service to each of their clients. Currently, they're featuring the stylish Mercedes Sprinter limousine with extra-large full-length double-style seating with state-of-the-art audio and video technology, surround sound, Wi-Fi and smart TVs in the front and rear, powerful subwoofers, also featuring ECB touchpad controls with Maybach-style indirect lighting with a refreshment bar, custom privacy blinds with a rear partition wall for privacy. For your next group outing, call Luxury Rides International at 1-844-207-7746. That's 1-844-207-7746. Or email luxuryridesinternational@gmail.com. Welcome back to Boss Talk with Tressa Azarel. Stay connected on social media at CEO Azarel. Now, more of Boss Talk.
Welcome back to Boss Talk, and I'm chopping it up with a real boss, John Booty. We're hearing something amazing. CJ, isn't this awesome?
It is amazing. I love talking to athletes that are more than just that.
Yes.
But keywords, you said something in the previous segment. You was talking about how you went to intern. And we hear a lot of that on this show because people don't want to sew into or do anything for free.
They just want to check.
Right. So I was fortunate enough because the NFL opened up a lot of doors for you. And I was back at school at Texas Christian University, so I wasn't looking for a check. I was looking for experience.
Absolutely.
And I was able to get that experience, and I utilized it while I was there. And then back then you can go back to school during the off season. Now you can't because it's 24/7 pretty much. But during the off season, I was back at Texas Christian University. When I come back, I had that experience under my belt. So when I eventually retired, that was back in '91 and '92. So when I eventually retired, I was able to utilize that. There was a gentleman by the name of Glenn Harris, who used to be Sports Talk, News Channel 8 Sports Talk. He got me on this show. A gentleman by the name of Charlie Neal, who was BET at one point, Sports Report, and I just took it upon myself, like, the game is over, John. You're not going to play anymore. You can go play recreational and have some fun playing basketball, but life is keep going. It's kept going on you. So that's what I did. And eventually I started doing that because I learned how to soften that blow, man, because you know sometimes athletes, I still deal with a lot of athletes, we can become, especially the bigger guys. I said, man, soften up your presence a little bit. You can intimidate folks, you know. And I said the same thing for me. When I go in the boardroom, I tell these executives, hey, man, we good on the football field, but in the boardroom we're intimidated because you guys already know.
Right.
Yeah. So we looking for knowledge. So those internships helped in the boardroom, but they also up to the player to soften himself and put the will in. And be willing to learn, to listen.
Because to a degree, you have to reevaluate.
You have to reinvent yourself. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And think about it. If you, I'm blessed to have done or do the things that I've done in high school.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, we had a TV production class. I was a recipient of an award in high school.
Love it.
Now I'm on TV.
You've been bossing up a long time.
So I guess. And I went to play football, right? So I ended up playing football, so I was a shy kid, didn't like to speak, not at all.
Yeah.
And so now I'm with you all.
So I have a question because there are a lot of young athletes out there, and in their mind, all they want to do is make it to the NFL. They are not thinking about starting a business. They are not thinking about entrepreneurship. What advice would you give to them now?
What I would tell them, I said, you're always going to keep your dreams alive. Don't ever let anybody tell you can't make it, but understand this. Read about it. Know this it's a tough road. Less than 0.2% of athletes make it to the national.
I meant less than 0.2%
1%
of 1%.
of 1%
of athletes in high school make it to the National Football League. So if you are fortunate enough to make it, you have a 30% chance. If you make the first year, you have a 30 or 40% chance to make it to a second contract. So it's a lot of turnover. But while you're in there, you got to utilize that, have that brand to help get your foot in the door.
Yeah.
Because people want to talk to the football players, athletes, but you show them that you can do more than just play football or basketball, and that you can be creative. You can communicate with folks.
Well, John, as we wrap, even on our crew, we have a lot of athletes. I know JoJo, she was a track athlete at the University of Maryland.
I was a track star.
Was you?
I'm gonna bring my pictures next time so y'all, because people don't believe me. I was a track star.
You heard about the Flying Frogs. TCU had the best track team ever, you know.
Okay.
But 60 seconds, man, I want you to look at that camera,
Right.
and I want you to speak. What would you say to the athletes that are trying to get to the league or to the Olympics or whatever, what have you? Share with them the importance of having more than just athletics in mind.
Well, one thing I got to tell you, for me, I had to look myself in the mirror and say, do I want this? I said, yes, I want this. I had to concentrate and have fun with it. You got to have fun with it. You got to put in the hard work, and you got to dedicate yourself. When somebody else is not running, if it's track, somebody else is practicing, if it's football or basketball, whatever you're doing, you got to put the time in. But at the same time, you got to have that competitive edge within yourself. Now, at the end of the day, you got to have some fun, no matter what, and be respectful of the sport, because the sport is going to keep going when you dead and gone.
Yeah, right. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, sir.
Rudy, thank you so much for being on
John,
the show.
I appreciate it. I'm coming over there. I need to work out a little bit, so I'm coming over there to support your business.
You guys make sure you stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Boss Talk with CEO.
We'll be back with more of Boss Talk with Tressa Azarel right after this.
I'm Tressa Azarel Smallwood. I'm a book publisher and an executive movie producer. I'm here to talk to you about From Script to Screen, a 4-week program that will teach you how to take your concept and turn it into an amazing idea and take it to the screen. I've teamed up with Jamal Hill, writer, director, and producer of Brotherly Love, Deuces, and so many more movies that you're aware of right now.
I'm Jamal Hill. When I first started off in Hollywood, I started off as a novice. I tried to knock on all the doors in the world, but at the end of the day, my problem was I didn't have the proper scripts.
When I first entered the industry, I knew I needed help. I knew I needed mentors. I knew I needed guidance. I'd heard many horror stories about people investing their money and losing lots of cash with not having the right mentorship.
Ever since I released my first movie, Brotherly Love, everyone's always asking me, Jamal, how do you break into Hollywood? Well, it starts with a great script. And over the course of a few easy steps, I'm gonna give you the cheat sheet on how to break down the doors in Hollywood.
I started with an idea, a book, Secrets of a Housewife. I knew at that time that I needed to adapt that book to script. and I didn't know exactly how to do it. I had to learn everything that it took to make sure that I had a quality product.
I'm gonna personally show you how to write great synopses and log lines and develop awesome characters.
I'm so excited right now. From script to screen, we're just weeks away. November the 6th, don't miss out.
As a producer, I've read so many scripts that are just not professional. And the reason why this course is so important is because I want to teach you how to make it professional.
Guys, how to register? Look at the website on the screen here. Go to TressaAzarel.com. We have a free class coming up soon, and you don't want to miss it. So if you're looking forward to hanging with us at the top with other film producers, you need to join us.
From script to screen.
Welcome back to Boss Talk with Tressa Azarel. Stay connected on social media at CEO Azarel. Now, more of Boss Talk.
All right, we're back with Boss Talk with me, Tressa Azarel, and my boy, CJ Blair.
That's right.
We still bossing up. Nothing has changed.
Ever.
We're going to take some of your questions. I love the fact that you've been using the hashtag Boss Talk and using the hashtag Tressa Azarel. That's the only way we're going to see your questions, guys. So I'm going to take the first question here. It's a Melissa J. Melissa says, what are the top 3 books that you think would be great for entrepreneurship? My number 1 book is The Automatic Millionaire. I read that book probably 15 years ago, and it changed my life. It changes your mindset about how you spend your money. And basically, it's teaching you to put away money every single month. Every time you get money in your hand, every time you get a paycheck, every time you get some money, it should go away automatically. So do automatic drafts out of your bank account. That way you don't miss it. And before you look up, you're a millionaire, you got a lot of money.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Pay yourself.
So that's my number 1 pick. You have one?
My number 1 pick is Think and Grow Rich.
I love that book.
I love Think and Grow Rich because it shows you the starting point for all of these businesses and brands and companies that we know of that are household names, but it shows you where they start. I like the McDonald's story. I like the Disney story. I love the Caffey for Chick-fil-A. I love his story. Yeah. So yes, I would say Think and Grow Rich.
I love that. And I'll just pick one more. I think another book that I really love is probably A Person of Influence, because it teaches us how to walk in that zone where you are. We're put here not for ourselves. We're put here to be a blessing for others.
Absolutely.
And so if you are a person of influence, what does that really mean? That means that you need to be able to inspire others. You need to be able to use your gifts and talents to motivate the next generation.
Absolutely.
So you need to read those books, guys.
I think lastly, what is it? 3 Feet from Gold. You read that one?
I like that.
3 Feet from Gold. It's a book, this brother, same Napoleon Hill Foundation, but it talks about not quitting at the last minute. It's about this individual who was 3 feet from gold. He found gold ore, went back, sold everything, went back to the place to pick up the gold again and lost the vein. So he wound up selling all his mining equipment, wound up stopped doing the gold business, not really recognizing that he was just 3 feet from picking the vein back up. So it talks about going to get expert help, going to seek expert advice, like what we're trying to do to get people to come hear from you. Because you're not that far from where you think you may be. You're just 3 feet from it. So seek expert advice.
I love that. And CJ, this is probably a shameless plug, but people need the 22-day writing challenge.
You better get it.
Okay? Because if you want to write a book, I don't care if you're writing a memoir, I don't care if you're writing a book with some knowledge to share, you need a starting point. And the 22-day challenge helps you get over.
Absolutely. Do we have that?
Oh, CJ.
22-day challenge.
You're awesome. See, when your friends boss up and just show up with the book.
Yeah.
But honestly, you need guidance. If you are stuck, that's the book for you. If you don't even know how to get started, it's the book for you. If you've started and you need to fine-tune your book or your project, that's the book for you.
Absolutely.
So it feels good to be able to talk about Napoleon Hill books and all these great authors, and then have the 22-day writing challenge
by
right
Tressa
Azarel. Flips hair by me.
Flip it.
Flips hair.
There you go. Slow motion form.
I give you slow motion because I don't want to mess up.
Absolutely.
Right? Absolutely. So guys, listen. Thinking like a boss, in closing, I think it's just really important for you to know, to change your mindset, you've got to make a commitment to yourself that you're going to digest all things that will change your mindset.
Absolutely.
Whether that's books, You watch whatever you're watching on TV. Now, I'm not saying you can't watch something crazy every now and then.
Right.
Enjoy yourself a little bit. But ultimately, you should be reading books, listening to audio tapes, things that inspire you, things that motivate you, things that make you think differently, things that will take you to the next level. So
Absolutely.
How are you spending your money? What are you buying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What are you buying? What are you listening to? So you got to think. You're only going to live at the level you've been taught. What information are you gathering in here besides the latest rap record or the latest mixtape?
Or listening to your friend gossip. Nobody cares about what they're gossiping about. I certainly don't.
You know what I discovered, especially with the advent of social media? Everybody who hasn't done it knows how to do it.
Yeah.
They're the coaches. They can tell you how it's done, but haven't done anything. So please
ask them for their resume. What are you talking about? What have you done great in the last 24 hours?
Absolutely. Change your thinking, you'll change your ways. If you change your ways, you'll change your mindset.
Guys, I thank you so much for joining us. This has been a great segment. If you have not watched the other episodes, go back, watch them all. You don't want to miss out. This is the place to be. If you want to think like a boss, learn how to be a boss, learn how to take your bossness to the next level. Is bossness a word? I don't even know, but we made it up anyway.
Yes.
We see you soon. Thanks for joining us.
Boss Talk with Tressa Azarel, an award-winning publisher and CEO of Life-Changing Books Incorporated, a movie producer and owner of the Be the Boss program. She transforms dreamers into bosses, writers, and serial entrepreneurs. Learn how to develop your gifts and turn your talents into income with Tressa's unique, practical, and proven perspective on becoming a boss. Log on to TressaAzarel.com. Connect and learn the blueprint of a boss. Boss Talk with Tressa Azarel. Stay connected at TressaAzarel.com.